Hi, if you don't know who I am, my name's Kyle Vuxen, and I just had my 7th arthroscopic knee surgery and kind of got the idea maybe I should put together like a how-to for all this. As you can see, I've still got my stairs strips on. It actually, from this angle, doesn't look a whole lot more swollen than my bad knee actually. So started this in 1996, had my first knee surgery right after my 16th birthday, so March 6th or March 9th, can't really remember. Wasn't allowed to do much on it for about 3 months, and then halfway through the summer, we realized what we had done really hadn't taken, wasn't successful. And so what we did the first time was I had torn some cartilage in my left knee, and they went in, they cleaned it up, and they realized while they were in there that I have osteochondritis dissecans, which is just a gigantic word for lack of blood flow to the end of the bone. The end of my bone, the end of my femur in my left knee looks like a sponge instead of being smooth. So they went in, they drilled dozens of microscopic holes to try to get blood flow to come back to the end of the bone. And what ended up happening was I was miserable for 3 months, and it didn't take. They also call this microfracture surgery. So anytime you hear a doctor, if you're going into the ortho and they say, hey, we think a microfracture is going to work, dude, it's not going to work. I've met half a dozen people who have had it. It's never worked for any of them. If you know who Greg Oden is, he played professional basketball. He was a center for the Portland Trailblazers and a center for the Ohio State Buckeyes. He's like, I think, one of the most famous for having a microfracture. It didn't work. So anyway, the second one was similar. They went back in, they smoothed it all out. Basically just took, not really sandpaper, but they sanded it all down. And then I had my third one. I was playing basketball, partially tore my ACL, more cartilage, ACL, MCL, and PCL. My fifth, so that was third. Fourth one was in college. I was playing backyard football with some buddies. Step forward, somebody turned my knee inside out. Another, there again, cartilage damage. So this is my bad knee. And I've done rehab and prehab with all my surgeries, so I kind of knew what to do with this. I'm also a phys ed teacher and a runner, although if I'm being honest, my running hasn't been all that stellar for about 2 years. Just been dealing with one injury after another, after another, after another. I've run 10 half marathons, at least that many 10-mile races. I can't even count how many 5Ks and 10Ks I've run. And I'm hoping that those days aren't done, but they may be. And so that's another reason that I want to kind of do this, is because I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. But I also know that I'm resourceful and that I'm going to have to find something else to kind of calm my mind. I'm down here in what I call my dungeon, affectionately. It's my weight room. It's in my garage. I have a couple 100 pounds of weights. I'm going to have to start riding a bike. I have a treadmill. I'm not sure how much use I'm going to get out of that. But, so let's talk about prehab for this one. So 5 was cartilage in my left knee. I've been getting injections in my left knee for, about 17 years. So I get a lubricant injection, Synvisc, Orthovisc, Gelsen, are all the brands that I've used that I remember. I try to stay away from cortisone. Just don't have a lot of luck with it. Doesn't seem to last very long with me. So for this knee, this is the newest one. Today's Monday. I had surgery on Friday. Excuse me. And I'm gonna have more information about this as we go along here. They went in and cleaned up some cartilage that I tore. I'm a phys ed teacher. I was catching for my son's baseball team last year. Didn't feel right. Started to hurt one day. I was running across the outfield, and man, it almost felt like IT band syndrome, which I've had as a runner. Most runners have. So that's kind of what I thought it was. But then it started to migrate. It came over here onto the inside of the knee. I knew that was a problem. Went to the doctor. It was actually behind my kneecap. It didn't actually get all the way in here. Went to the doctor, had an MRI. He said, yeah, you've got a puncture in the back of your kneecap. There's a little bit of arthritis forming, that kind of stuff. So then back in September or October, I was teaching teaching soccer at school, and had a mishap. One of the kids is way more skilled than I am, and I'm not a skilled soccer player at all. And I went to just kind of move, and I felt something really bad, a searing sensation. Kind of thought at the time, man, I was like, oh, I hope that wasn't a ligament. And just kind of went and sat down. It was almost the end of class. Hobbled around for a day or two. It was okay. Next day, same thing happened. Same class, same kid, same thing. She's really, really gifted. And anyway, I was like, all right, there's a problem. But I also thought, this is like everything else. It'll fix itself. It'll go away. I'm not one to just run to the doctor every time something aches or burns or pains. And so anyway, that was October, and it's now, my birthday was March 3rd. I had my surgery March 4th. My wife's birthday, it's March 7th now. So as you can see, I can sit 90 degrees. I've explained to my wife and my son and my mom that it feels kind of almost like I can move it slowly, but it's kind of akin to like when you're a little kid and you were pulling a tooth and it would hurt and you would stop there, and then you'd move a little further and stop there, move a little further. So I can do that. I just can't do it quickly yet. That'll come. I know that it'll come. Prehab for this, I basically stopped running about 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. I've run maybe 12 miles in the last 3 weeks. But I started doing the knees over toes back in October as well. I really have been hammering it hard for the last month. So if you don't know what knees over toes is, look it up on the internet, on Instagram. It's a great program. I really do believe in it. I'm gonna hit it back up once I start to get back on my feet again, so to speak. I also was doing leg extensions because I knew that I had lost some muscle mass in my quads. I've been doing leg curls because there again, I knew my hamstrings weren't quite what they were supposed to, which is probably why I've had a little bit of IT band issue as well for the last year or so. I've been doing lots of squats and, weighted ball squats like volleyball, and calf raises. And that was just the stuff that I had laying around. So I wanted to prehab. I wanted to go into this basically being as strong as I could make myself in the 3 weeks that I had to build up to it. I've also been riding a bike for at least 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week. And there again, just trying to build up those muscles as much as I could to go into this. Now, I said I would have more information going forward. Because of COVID, they wouldn't let my wife come into the recovery room. And so when the doctor called to tell her that my surgery was over, she was driving. She's not kind of hip to the lingo that they use, and this is not her forte. So they told her a bunch of stuff that she doesn't remember. And as you can imagine, me coming out of surgery, I don't remember much of the conversations that we had. But yeah, going forward, I'm gonna, let you know how my recovery's going. And, this is kind of for people that this is their first time, or you're overwhelmed, or you don't know what to do, and maybe these videos can help you along. I was able to go to the store today. I walked around for about an hour, which also gave me the kind of the gumption to take another day off tomorrow. I try not to take too many days off. But being on it for an hour, it was starting to swell up. It was getting really stiff. It was getting really sore. And I'm going to be on my feet tomorrow or on Wednesday for 7 hours. So, and I really can't just go sit on a chair someplace and try to teach from there and orchestrate the whole deal. So, today, like I said, I went to the store. I've iced it. I took an anti-inflammatory. I'm completely off pain medication, and just trying to keep it moving. I'm gonna do another anti-inflammatory before I go to bed, and I'll ice again before I go to bed too. All right, so thanks for your time, and I'll see you soon. Bye.